I had a really strange dream, so I'm gonna share it with you because I think it's kind of relevant. No, it's been about an hour since I woke up, so I don't remember every detail, but I'm gonna share with you what I do remember. There was a dark brown wooden door to an apartment I was in, but it was a different apartment than this one. It was a huge place, and my family was there, but they were different. It was almost like they were cleaner, and I don't mean hygienically. Like there was less of their personality traits, and it was like Stepford family. Like they were just very generic, pasteurized, and homogenized. And there was this like rattling coming from the front door. And when I went to go check what it was, there were these tiny little baby fingers, like tiny little fingers with tiny little nails, trying to clip open the door from the other side, like the lock. You know how sometimes you take a credit card or something to whatever? It was their fingers trying to, open the lock from the other side, and they couldn't. So I just ignored it and I went the other way to see what was going on outside. And there were these like dark, really dark blue, almost black curtains that were in a pattern of black and blue and white. And there was this huge white light coming from the center of these curtains, and there were these massive blue couches, like deep navy blue. And I went to lay down on them, and I started hearing this like clanking as if a window was opening. And I remembered that there's a window on top of the door that was cracked open a little bit. So I went to check it, and then I noticed there's a black wolf coming through the window. And I started like yelling for help and like for somebody to show up to get rid of the wolf. And nobody would. And the more I started screaming for help because the wolf was like coming closer and closer to me, I started calling for my mom, for my dad, for religious figures. Nobody showed up. Nobody. And when the wolf like tried to leap at me, in the dream I remember getting so angry that I felt so powerless that I had to ask for help and then nobody would help me. It kind of really ticked me off in the dream. So when the wolf jumped at me, I like leapt at it and grabbed it by the neck. And as soon as I grabbed it by the neck, the head of the wolf disappeared, and there were tiny little heads all around the wolf. Like where its one head was, it turned into a bunch of little heads. And I was holding a neck to feel its like neck, but its neck felt like a bunch of little hands. And those hands started like the texture of your wrist, basically. Like that's what it felt like. Those hands had heads connected to them, and each head was going in a different direction. And I kept holding it and like trying to get it from not attacking me or anybody else, and I just kept trying to contain it, and I wasn't able to. So I like lifted it up and flung it at the wall, and it just like evaporated into this like black smoke. It was strange. The sensation I remember the most though is I refuse to feel fear and be victimized by a dog, like by a wolf or by something scary, whatever that was. It was a feeling of not wanting to be belittled. Like I felt better than fear, and this thing was trying to get me to be less than myself. As soon as I flung it on the wall, it turned into the smoke. All the furniture in the apartment was rearranged. And I was looking around wondering why everything moved, and I thought somebody moved the furniture to like mess with me, because everything was placed in a position where and this is going to sound odd, I remembered feng shui in the dream, and when I was looking at the positions of the furniture, I realized it was all set in a way that would contribute to death. And as soon as I noticed this in the dream, I saw from the right hand side of my field of vision a old camera picture roll. You know, like those Kodak where it's like a yellow. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. A film roll. Okay, I found it. Hold on. It looked like one of these, with the same yellow and black type of color. And when I saw that, what was written on it was the word Quaran, Qaran, and it was spinning, and it flew from the right side of my vision to the left side and all the way off until it became so small it was insignificant and nothing like came out of it. It was like a roll of film that was playing itself out, and all we had to do is wait for it to go away. It was weird. Like I thought in the dream, I there were so many thoughts that popped up in my mind about what it was and what it could have been. But before I could even make up my mind on what it was or respond in any kind of fear or anything, the entire film reel left. And when it left, the world behind it, it was like the film roll was going from right to left and taking the reality I was looking at with it. And then what was left behind it was this like lush garden, this field of life blooming. And all these people were there like rubbing their eyes open, wondering what the hell they were just staring at. And as soon as I tried to look at my hands in the dream, because I remembered in the dream that if you look at your hands that you become lucid. And I looked at my hands in the dream and I realized I've been lucid in this dream this entire time. So I tried to turn around and look for a mirror or something, and as soon as I looked around this apartment that was an apartment, but I was inside of an apartment looking at this like lush garden world. So I was looking back and forth trying to find a mirror, and I heard this rumbling, this like I don't know what the hell to describe it like. It was just rumbling, like a machine rumbling. Like actually I think I can describe this noise to you. It was very similar to a vacuum. And when I heard this, I turned around and I couldn't find the mirror, and I heard the sound. And the more I was wiggling in this dream, the more I realized, oh, I'm asleep and I'm about to wake up. And boom, I woke up in the bed, and there were this like car backing up into this parking spot, and they were supposedly carpet cleaners with a lighthouse logo and a circle around the lighthouse, but it was a broken circle. So it was very weird. Very weird. I'm thinking if there's anything I'm missing. And there was something going on with the attic. There was somebody expanding the attic again. I had another dream yesterday with somebody in black, like adding more to the attic of a house. Like making more space, adding more rooms. It was very odd. And these carpet cleaners today that showed up here, they didn't have any tools to clean carpets. They just had a bunch of cables and wires that they were dragging through the building doing God knows what. What else was there? Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to start making a new mini-series of some kind where I'm going to share these dreams with you, because I've been going through a bunch of files I have on my computer, and some of these old dreams really are relevant. And I've been listening to a bunch of them, trying to figure out how to upload them properly, but I think I'm just gonna make one big video and, like, you know, because each video I recorded is like a minute or two long. So I'm just gonna kind of connect them together and write the dates of each dream, because it's almost, I mean, I listened to a bunch of them and it's seriously like I'm describing a different part of the world, like I'm describing a different dimension, and I'm actually there experiencing life there. It's very weird. And if I post them one at a time, I don't know if you'll be able to put the pieces together properly. But I'm not going to edit anything, and I don't even know if I really could. I can just kind of upload them or connect them with that video editor, I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go. If you have any if you're having any weird dreams, feel free to post in the comment section. I don't know, or make a video yourself and post it. I think a lot of these dreams we're having are beneficial for people to hear. So yeah, I'm gonna go before this video gets too long to upload. Bye.